Welcome back to another 307 Reacts. Today, we are doing YZ by Upchurch.
Yeah.
Now, YZ refers to the dirt bike. It's a YZ80 or YZ125. It's typically a two-stroke.
I'm unfamiliar with the world of small engines other than like lawnmower engines. I know a little bit about those. I know that they work on top of a lawnmower to cut the grass in my yard, so that's cool.
Mint.
I know about a weed whacker engine. I also at one point in my life owned a motorized scooter that had basically a weed whacker engine on it, maybe a little bit bigger version of a weed whacker engine.
When I was a kid, there was people in the neighborhood who would take chainsaw motors and strap them to their bicycles.
Really?
Yeah. Dude,
That's amazing.
You'd wear the soles out of your shoe because there's no brake. There's like no neutral for a chainsaw. It's either on or it's off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like they're just zipping down the street and then they're all trying to skid and they got to lift their back tire and then when they're ready to go again, they set the bike back down and take off.
Oh,
yeah.
That's amazing. To be young again, right?
Small town country shit. I love it.
Okay, so YZ. Now you were telling me earlier that this song is not so much politically driven. It's kind of just a Upchurch's what do I want to say? His like naturalness. Yeah. Right, like kind of him dinking around on his property and stuff like that, right? Okay, cool.
It's kind of a mix of that and him. He's got a message for other people in the game.
Okay,
and
we're gonna get to that. Okay, cool. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is YZ by our boy Ryan Upchurch. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
There's that. A dirt bike in the beginning.
So, that's the YZ.
Okay. And you were telling me an interesting story about this.
I was telling him. Yes. So Upchurch on his Instagram when he was filming this, he all rolls his dirt bike into his home, into the studio. He goes, "All right, guys, we're gonna have to get this in one take because two-stroke shit." And he starts it, and it's just smoking out the whole room,
just dusting the room out.
Like you don't hear the beat because at this time the song wasn't released. He was in the middle of recording it. He's got his headphones on, and all you hear is the dirt bike. Wing, 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 doon, 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 doon. Wing, 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 wing.
So that is an authentic dirt bike sound. That's
Absolutely.
A real microphone captured dirt bike engine.
By the way, I love his property. It's so beautiful.
This is all his property then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to get an insight into that. It is really nice. Where does he live at? Do you know region-wise?
That is near I believe it's in Cheatham County, Tennessee, which is kind of outskirts of Nashville.
Tennessee. Okay, yep. Cool. All right, so let's get back to the beginning of this. Oh, I did the thing. Hang on, everybody. Hang on, everybody. And that's fine. There we go.
There we go. Get it.
Professionals. Is he about to wreck? I was just gonna say, I feel like
about to wreck that Range Rover.
It kind of looks like it. He's
he's got one hand on the wheel. It's on cruise control. It's fine.
I feel like hanging out with Ryan Upchurch for a day would end in maybe a few medical bills if it was just me,
God,
just
dude,
me
it's
personally.
It's got to be a blast.
I mean, I bet it's awesome. He's got tons of property, and it looks like he's pretty reckless with his.
Oh yeah, I think he was saying on his Instagram the four-wheelers in this, he was riding wheelies and stuff, right? I think he ended up ruining one of the motors in the engine because when you're riding a wheelie, the oil isn't close enough to the oil pump.
Oh, so it doesn't. So he just hot rodded it out and blew it up.
Yeah,
nice.
He had a good time. Though.
Yeah. Again, that's throughout the entire beginning of this video. I was just thinking like, wow, I feel like I would be having a blast, but it's one of those things where you have to go in knowing you're probably going to get hurt. You're probably going to get hurt,
That'd be fun.
But just have fun on the way out because he's also got lots of money and he can pay for your, for any medical shit.
And this is where the term Creek Squad comes from.
Okay, from this video here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like that line. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, collar, Creek Squad.
Oh, okay.
So red, white, blue, American.
I couldn't understand what he was saying there, but yeah.
So red, white, blue, neck, skin. So neck refers to
redneck,
white collar, blue collar.
right?
Red,
okay.
white, blue.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
Neck, collar, then or he said skin. Now his thing, he's always called his followers skins. The reason he calls them skins is because he's like, I don't care what your skin color is. Everybody has to have skin.
Sure.
If you're a cool person, I rock with you.
Yeah.
So like,
I did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt
I like
you.
that verse. No,
we did watch last night or the other night when we were editing some of the videos. Chris had his phone set up here, and we were just kind of watching some of their personal Facebook, Instagram videos and things like that. And Mr. Upchurch here happened to be commenting on a gay pride parade, and I like that at the end of it, his whole thing was like this plays into what you were talking about, skin color. His whole thing was, I don't care if you're gay. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
He had a really big problem with the way they were displaying themselves in front of kids and little girls and little boys and stuff. And it just,
I've got to agree with that.
I can
if you're
totally
a man
agree with
and
that,
have
man.
your dick hanging out of a thong in the middle of the street, like
you shouldn't
maybe
do that,
shouldn't do that. Like,
it's just
like, let's have some decency about this here.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things. I can get on board with some of the things that he's saying. He's not. I don't think that he's like really trying to force any agenda on anyone. He's just saying, take a step back and look at what's actually going on, dude.
Yeah.
No one cares that you're. That you're gay in your house, and that no one cares. That's totally fine. And even if you're gay outside of restaurants and all that stuff, that's fine.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want you parading down 2nd Street in nylons and see-through, whatever.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Decency is very lacking within today's world. And he also was calling out there's a whole bunch of like fake people out there pushing an agenda that they're no part of because they're looking for clout or looking for it's like.
And that's where I was catching on board with him at the end there. He was saying, I bet you that half of these people that are out here aren't even actually gay, because the actual gay people are the ones that are looking at this and going, they're the ones at home enjoying themselves and looking at this and going, this is how we're being represented. And I don't have any room to speak on this. I'm not trying to sway anyone. I trust me. I don't have any room to like make a call on this. I'm just commenting on what I've observed, but I'm starting to appreciate his messages a little bit more because,
and I think he gets misinterpreted a lot.
Regardless of stance, he's saying things that make sense, right?
Yeah.
So if it makes sense, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Anyways, we digress.
One click here.
Yeah, we're gonna back it up, and here we go. Onward.
Got by me. I ain't have no handout. I was grabbing the back of drink. Everybody sitting, pointing, laughing. I was running, chasing shit. Now the jaws are on the ground. They looking like they hating bitch.
But yeah, right. He just fucking riding that bitch, bro.
Again, I feel like it would be awesome to hang out with him for a day, but I would need a lot of ice bags and Band-Aids at the end of the day, man, and possibly
big bottle of ibuprofen.
Or a big bottle of whiskey, whichever
Right.
way. But it's I feel like it would be a blast. I also don't know how to ride a motorcycle. So
we gonna teach you, bro.
that's what I know. I know you're into your motorcycles.
Yeah.
So I remember that one. Do you still have that one that you bought up in Spokane or whatever? That
So I had two in Spokane. I had a Kawasaki Ninja XR600, and then I had a Honda Shadow 650.
Okay.
And then I sold it because I couldn't fit it in the trailer with all my other shit when I moved.
I see.
But now I have a God, what is it? V-Star
Oh, okay.
is what I got.
Is that a Honda?
It's I believe it's a Suzuki. No, I think it's a Yamaha V-Star.
Okay. Yamaha makes good bikes.
Always
Yamaha
forget,
makes good instruments too. They make great musical instruments.
Yeah, they started with pianos, and they had tractors for a little bit, and then cars and motorcycles.
Yep, for sure. I played many a Yamaha drum set, and they're amazing. They make great musical products. So
The going back to his content in the verse there, I was running, chasing shit, grabbing the back of dreams, right? So he's like, I was actually chasing my dreams, and everybody was laughing, talking shit, and that's so true as an artist. Because as an artist, it's usually your friends and family are the last to actually support you. And we were talking about this before. It's like, it's not that they don't support you, but they see you as, Matt, the kid that I raised, he's a kind of a goofy whatever. Like, I don't see him as a musician. I see him as my kid. And same thing with me. A lot of people, I see him as a mechanic. I don't see him as a musician or a YouTube reactor or any of that.
Yep.
And so usually they don't even really take you seriously until you hit a certain point, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh.
Like, oh,
like,
you really
you
did
actually
do the
did
thing.
this,
Oh, you did the
yeah.
thing that you were gonna do. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's also an unexpected thing when that does happen too. You know, like, and so I think it catches a lot of people off guard.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, it's kind of shitty, but it is the reality of human nature.
Unfortunately,
Like,
I mean, you've been in bands. I've been in bands my entire life, and yeah, we've definitely both played shows to 0 people.
Oh, yeah.
Including the other bands.
I think the
that
smallest show I ever played was like 5.
Yeah, I've played shows with one fucking person standing out.
What
in the
was
crowd.
the biggest show you ever played?
Biggest show I ever played
Yeah.
was either. Let's see. When I first joined my punk band, Good Morning Tonight, we opened out here at the Casper Fairgrounds for Census Fail in Bayside.
Oh, nice.
I think that was 660.
Nice.
I can't remember if it was that one or we also the current band that I'm in right now. Hey, records. The current band that I'm in right now, we opened for a band called Pop Evil. I don't know if any of you guys know that band, but we opened for them at the event center, and I think that room was around 600 or 700 as well.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it was incredible.
My
Like,
biggest solo performance was actually my graduation. So they had like, everybody has a graduation song, whatever. Well, the graduation song we did was a song by Green Day, and I don't remember which one it is.
I bet it was
think it's
Time of
like-
Your Life.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is, because that's everyone's
So
graduation song.
I had my acoustic guitar. There was 3,800 people there.
Wow.
And just shitting bricks, bro.
Holy crap.
But the biggest one I ever played with a band, I think, was like 1,800 people or so.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I believe that was Quiet Riot.
Oh, you opened for Quiet Riot? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I bet that was so much fun.
Oh, dude, they're...
Come on, feel the noise.
Dude, it was wild. They were like snorting coke off the hood of cars and shit in the
they were,
parking
dude.
lot. Like,
Were they all glam rocked out? Like
oh
they-
yeah.
Yes.
I think the only original member is the bass player. Everybody
Oh,
else
that's
has kind of been
amazing.
replaced over time as the original ones died.
Yeah, sure.
But that kid that's in that, I think I want to say he's like 24, 25. Oh
my God,
God,
really?
dude, he can sing.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, wow, interesting.
He's great.
I learned about Quiet Riot from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Shout outs to
Oh,
the early
facts,
2000s.
yeah.
I mean, that was one of the greatest songs on there. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's move on. We're only a minute in. Here we go.
And out, I was grabbing the back of drink. Everybody sitting, pointing, laughing. I was running, chasing shit. Now the jaws are on the ground, they looking like they hating, bitch. I worked my way from not having the thing, and now I got creaker carved on 5 of my diamond rings. I don't wear them though, I'm still.
I like that.
And now I've got what?
I got Creaker carved on the bottom of diamond rings,
Creaker carved on the bottom of diamond rings.
but I don't wear them though.
Is
like
Creaker,
that.
is that his like the Creek Squad thing?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just like his name for it, like a nickname
It's
for
kind
it?
of like part of his brand.
Okay, I got you.
Like living
He's
in
all,
the
"I don't
country
wear
and
'em,
stuff.
though."
Like the creek is where you go hang out with
Yeah,
your buddies.
yeah, okay.
Go.
Catch brookies, man.
Now here's the thing. This must be a Southern thing because I know. Is it Clay Walker? Clay Walker knows what it is, and I don't know because I only lived in the South for like a year.
Sure.
But they go to the creek and go cabrewing. If you guys know in the comments what cabrewing is, let us know.
Huh.
But I mean, most people go to the creek, they go noodling, right? So you catch catfish with your hands. You reach into a hole, let them bite your hand, and pull them out.
Pull that bitch out. Yeah.
Yeah, you go like hang out at the creek, have a good time.
Yeah. Okay. I've seen videos. I've never done it myself, but I've seen videos of that. I don't know if I could.
I want to.
I don't know if I can
never
handle it,
have
man.
either.
It'd be rough for me. I have a weird thing with water and edges and deep water and stuff, and I don't know. I love water. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually a very active fisherman, so I do love the water. But that kind of fishing, I'm like, I don't know, man. I might
I think
try
there's
it. I don't know.
something about catching a fish by hand.
That's what it
just
is.
like,
That's what it
yeah.
is. Yeah. For like, hey, my hand's the bait here, and then you just like wiggle your
Yeah, you
fingers
take
under
your
there,
fingers
and then
and then-
they
yeah.
just blap you. Oh,
Yeah.
It's that part that I'm like, I don't know, dude. Anyways, onward. Here we go.
Getting trash, talk about white trash, I am. Little bitch, my sixes watch by every skin in Dixieland Creek. You can't ride in my Range Rover. You can't smoke on my chain clover. You can't come to my crib, Joker. Some people keep it gangsta, I just keep it country. Oh Lord. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, creek. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, creek.
Okay.
Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color,
Creek Squad. Okay, I got you.
I'm that ratchet redneck. I stay cleaner than a shower. I jam out the rock and roll. My tour bus is stone sour. And I wear the sun.
I love
I
that.
jam out to rock and roll. My tour bus is stone sour.
Hell yeah. Corey Taylor, boy.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That's a shout out and a half right there. That was pretty cool.
I like that shit.
God, what was it? Oh, every time that Range Rover comes on the screen, I'm like, oh God, he's gonna wreck it.
He's just
in that very
swerving
very
hard.
last one, you saw him like hanging all the way out the window, and then it went to a different scene, and then it came back, and the Range Rover was coming back onto the road. So you know, in between those two
got a
scenes,
little close.
He got a little close, and that's the thing, like. Ooh, this reckless dude. I feel like he's a kick in the ass to hang out with, but I feel like it's very dangerous. It can be very dangerous for not your mental health, but your physical health.
His shows look lit though, bro.
That's one of his shows right there,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
And when he had the mic and he was headbanging with the,
Yeah,
I
he's
mean, he had
headbanging with
people
the-
all around him
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the thing. He is far more popular than I ever estimated him to be. I totally underestimated him. But then again, I never knew who this guy was. So
Yeah.
he's been around for a while apparently. So let's check it out. Here we go.
Same jeans, sometimes back to back on that stage again. When I cross that Cheatham line, smoking in that range again. Dodging coppers, plead the fifth. No, you cannot search my shit unless you get a warrant. Don't wake up, Judge Maxie, trust me, Stan. Put Cheatham on the
I love how he calls out his local judge.
I was like, is that a shout out to his local guys? He's all, no, you don't want to wake up the judge, man.
Yeah,
don't
he's
wake
like,
him up for this
don't
shit.
wake him up.
Yeah, he's like,
he's just gonna let me go anyway.
yeah, that's why he's like, no, you may not search my shit unless you have a warrant. Don't bother the judge with that. He's gonna hear my name and be like, dude, no, let him go.
Yeah, let him go.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna show up in court and pay his fine, and then I'm gonna have to get out of bed for this.
Yeah.
just so he can show up and give money to the state.
Right.
Nah, whatever, dude. All right, onward.
my shit unless you get a warrant. Don't wake up, Judge Maxie, trust me, Stan. Put Cheatham on the map like nobody has done before. But you can still get fucked up with a screw in a 2x4 church. You can't ride in my Range Rover. You can't smoke on my chain clover. You can't come to my crib.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He's like, guys, I'm shooting the music video for this. Listen to the song because I think he released it to iTunes first. He goes, download the song, listen to it, and then make a video of you doing some crazy shit with it. And I'll throw it in my music video. So these are people on Instagram that subscribe to him he's throwing their videos in with the music video.
Oh, okay. And the chorus, is he saying two can ride in my Range Rover or two can't
No,
ride?
you can't ride.
You
in my
can't
Range Rover.
ride in my Range Rover.
He's like, if you don't rock me, why are you asking me for shit? You know what I mean?
Oh, I see,
He's like,
okay.
you're sitting there talking shit. You didn't believe in me,
And then now you're
all of
coming
a sudden
back.
you want my shit.
It's that
Like,
whole thing that yeah, it's totally that whole musician coming up from nothing musician story.
Yeah.
Where it's like nobody gives a shit about you when you're down at the bottom working your hardest, and then all of a sudden they see you on TV and they're like, oh, what's up, dude? Looks
Yeah.
like you're doing good. Any chance you could
you know,
throw
we're-
me $5,000 or
Yeah,
whatever?
like we're related, and my car just broke down. And shit. He's like, "No, bro, get out of here. You can't have my weed. You can't ride my Range Rover. Don't come knocking at my house."
He's like, hey, remember all those times you bought tickets to my show? No. Well,
yeah,
not-
right.
Then I remember all the times I helped you with your car.
Yeah.
No.
Facts.
So onward we go. We're almost done with this one.
Smoke on my chain clover.
You can't smoke on my jank clover.
On my Jane.
Jane
Mary
Clover?
Jane Clover.
Okay, I thought he
Clover
was just-
being like a flower.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying jank clover because if you think about like the devil's lettuce, like a
Right.
bad leaf, jank clover would be
Yeah.
like not necessarily tobacco, but like
Right,
it's
yeah.
referencing marijuana. But Jane Clover, okay, I got
Yeah.
you. Gotcha. Just clarifying, everyone. I gotta process this shit. I'm a punk rocker. Okay, here we go.
Range Rover. You can't smoke on my chain clover. You can't come to my
And these are the Instagram videos, right? Yeah. Okay.
Keep it gangsta, I just keep it country. Oh Lord. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, creek. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, creek. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, creek. Some people keep it gangsta, I just keep it country. Oh Lord.
That dude had a full Confederate outfit.
Yeah. A loose vision.
There's that A loose vision again, right there, everybody. See, yeah, okay. YZ by Ryan Upchurch. What's the difference between a YZ dirt bike and a different, like, what is the YZ?
It's just a different brand.
Just like the
The
okay.
YZ is like Yamaha.
Okay.
And then I don't know what the Z. Like typically with Japanese cars, right? So like the Nissan 300Z. The Z is just there. It
Or the
doesn't stand
350Z
for
or whatever.
anything.
Yeah, okay. They just add a letter just
Yeah,
to
they're like,
make it.
Z sounds cool.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
sick letter to put on there.
Yeah.
Nissan Altima X, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Letters don't mean anything on your vehicle unless you're Tesla, apparently, because there's like Type S, Type X, Type R, right?
Well, there's like Ford has the FX4, which is FX being 4-wheel extreme 4.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then they have like Nissan. If they have an X in it, it usually means it's 4-wheel drive.
Okay. Similar to Chevy, like
yeah.
4x4. That
Chevy
kind of
has their Z71.
Yeah.
Which the Z, once again, doesn't stand for anything. 71, I believe, refers to gear ratio.
Chevy's had that forever because that Camaro that's in the back is a Z28.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's just the Z, like you said, just a cool
It's
letter.
just a Z. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I enjoyed that. It seems like it was just him kind of explaining himself and like how he came to be and what he has now and all the people that doubted him and came back and he was like, well, look at this now.
I didn't have shit, and now I'm successful, and everybody wants a piece.
You can't ride in my Range Rover. You can't ride on my dirt bike.
Yeah.
No.
And in fact, there's like people in your life who will try to leech off of you once you find something,
For
right?
sure. Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
Being a mechanic, it happens to me all the time.
Speaking of which, do you want to talk about... no.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, oh, you're doing pretty good as a mechanic. I have this problem with my car. I don't have no money or nothing. You're like, well,
then I don't have.
bro.
Then
like,
I don't have any
time.
Then I don't have time or tools. Turns
Yeah.
out, like your money is my tools. That's how it
and
works.
I remember when I was younger, I was like, I want to be a mechanic or own a shop, right? And people are like, oh god, this fucking guy, he can't even get an A in math.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna go work on cars, whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad telling me, he's like, well, if you want to be a mechanic, you got to come up with a backup plan. He's like, you should really go to college. So I went to college, wasted a year there, and I was like, dude, this is not what I'm meant to do. Like, being a mechanic just comes natural to me because, like, I never went to school for it.
Right.
I just learned by doing it.
I have nothing against anybody who wants to go to college to pursue their education. I think that's fine if you're allowed to live your life however you want to. I just think that those people that do that haven't explored their options, because if you look, there's this little program called YouTube where professors and educators and college tutors and all that are giving away lessons on anything you want to learn for absolutely free. And they're coming from the guys that are teaching those classes that you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for.
Well, unfortunately, like, the government and the system has such a hand in college anymore that it's more propaganda than anything.
Right.
And I always encourage people, I'm like, look, if you want to go to college to be a marine biologist, excellent.
Those are the fields, yes.
I was like,
doctors, lawyers.
Here's the thing, though. You may find out you don't like it. Then what are you going to do? You now have $160,000 in debt.
Yeah.
And nothing to show for it. You know what I mean?
And you're working in a different trade.
So I always encourage people, okay, so if you want to do that, go to a trade school, be like a carpenter or something, because then you only have to go 2 years.
Yep.
And usually it's cheap enough that you can pay as you go.
Well, and trade schools have a way higher rate of return after you're done. That's the biggest thing about it. You come out of a trade school, you're automatically making $30 an hour most of the time.
Yeah, you start at 25.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that right there is a way bigger rate of return. Again, like you said, you go for a way shorter amount of time, and you come out with certifications and skills and stuff that not only benefit you in your job, but in your everyday life too. It makes you better.
But then during that time, that's the time to actually go to, like, okay, I'm going to a trade school, and then I want to go intern with a marine biologist and figure out, go to the people who do it every day and see what they do and see
diversifying.
If you like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's always opportunity for that. So, anyways, we digress. But that was Ryan Upchurch, YZ. If you guys liked this video, please hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, become part of the notification gang. That was hey, you got half of it. It's okay. We're still getting better at that one. But let us know what you guys want to see in the comments, please.
And what do you give for a rating?
Oh, right. We have to rate it. That one was pretty good. Pretty good. I can't say I enjoyed it as much as that
as Discrepancies.
That Discrepancy song was great, man. But this one was, I think, out of all the Upchurch stuff we've watched so far, I think this is probably my favorite one. I'll give this one 4 out of 5 backwards hats.
Sick.
4 out of 5 backwards hats. I think that's solid.
Yeah.
And with the added context of him blowing up 4-wheelers and stuff, I think that helps the case
great.
too. So, and so yeah, 4 out of 5 backwards hats. That's it for us. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bow.